It is a blistering 85 degrees outside here in Michigan, and we're going to do some record shopping here on this episode of Todd's Turntable Talk. Welcome to another episode of Todd's Turntable Talk. Before we get started, like always, I want to remind everybody to make sure and hit that subscribe button, as well as the bell notification to let you know whenever new episodes drop on our channel. I've been to 2nd and Charles out in Auburn Hills by Great Lakes Crossing, but we are going to now be checking out the 2nd and Charles in Utica. Here in Utica, about 20 minutes or so from the Auburn Hills store. I've never been to this one, but 2nd and Charles has a lot of vinyl. The one in Auburn Hills, their vinyl is pretty pricey, so I'm wondering if this is going to be the same. We might not walk out of there with anything, but it's worth going and taking a look, so let's go. Every nerd thing, books, movies, but here is where we're going. The records. Well, not just these, but the unfortunate thing is so many artists aren't where they belong. So you go look up certain people and they're not even there, or you find them somewhere else. So the vinyl is not kept up on organizationally, which makes it kind of annoying to look through. This is the kind of thing I'm talking about. So Paul McCartney 3 single disc album. Everywhere else it's like 25 bucks. $34.99 here at 2nd and Charles. Ooh. Bryan Adams, produced by Jeff Lynne. Not bad. Might pick that up. So this is just, man, I want to like 2nd and Charles. They have tons of nerd things like Meteor Reload and stuff like that, but it's just so overpriced. Everything is so expensive here compared to everywhere else. I mean, that McCartney record, you know, being 35 bucks, you can go on Amazon right now and get it for like 24, 25 bucks if I'm not mistaken. It's a single disc. I'm not paying almost $40 for a single LP, especially if something that you can easily get on Amazon right now. That's just crazy. I did end up getting one thing. I did end up getting the Bryan Adams Get Up album. This was produced by Jeff Lynne, one of the greatest producers ever. And I have heard this album before, and it's an incredible record. So I'm tickled that I ended up with that. That was an unexpected thing to see. And then they had other cool stuff. I mean, they had the Book of Mormon soundtrack, which was cool, about like 50 bucks. But it's like 2-3 discs. At the end of the day, man, I just don't come here for vinyl. And you know, I thought maybe this one would be different because I stopped going to the Auburn Hills one for vinyl a long time ago, and it looks like this one's pretty much the same. It's sad because if the vinyl was better paid attention to and not just treated like a random commodity, it would probably be a lot cooler. But most of the stuff isn't organized. You've got alphabetical band names in there, but none of the bands are in that section. Their names are, if there's any of them at all in that section. Like, there was a Jermaine Jackson section, but not a Michael Jackson section, which I thought was really weird. Out of all the Jacksons, that's the one you're going to put a section for. And just stuff like that. You know, the hip hop section was one small row of like 20 records. And yeah, Second and Charles is not a place I would recommend for vinyl. It's really not. If you want to go to a store in the States for records, you're best with Walmart, Target. Even Guitar Centers have records. But, you know, you're always going to find the best stuff at your local record shops. Always. And I was told that in UK from a subscriber on the channel here that they don't even have records in like regular stores there. It's only record shops and record shows. So that's one thing we should be thankful for here in the States, is that you can go to a Walmart and get a record, you know. But if you're looking for those hard to find things or those gems in your collection, it's the record stores, man. And especially around here in Michigan, ones that I always love and always recommend: Electric Crown Records in Grand Blanc, Happy Days Records in Moore and Lapeer, Found Sound in Ferndale, Flipside in Berkeley. There's, you know, great stores if you're willing to hunt for it. And Jack's Record Stash, downtown Flint. Those are the ones I would recommend checking out, hands down, over any big box store or anything like that. Hit those stores if you're a vinyl person. But, you know, we tried. You know, they can't all be winners. So, hope you enjoyed going on this little tiny adventure with me here. And we'll see you again for another episode of Todd's Turntable Talk.